Good morning. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in to the Daily Dish with Ron E. Bradley. I hope everyone out there is having a phenomenal day. And if you are out there, if you are watching the replay, make sure to like this, and you can fast forward 3 minutes to get the show started. I hope everyone out there is having a phenomenal day. It is Tuesday, a terrific Tuesday. The ninth day of July in the year 2024. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Ron E. Bradley. I will be your host. The host with the most for today's show. Looks like about 2 minutes until we get going. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone, says Jeremy Heath. Good morning, Tiffany from Canadian Family Life. We're just about to get going here. Four, three, two, one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, live. Cool. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley. I'm your host for the Daily Dish. Hey, Izzo's Place. Welcome in. Welcome in. He's up on this beautiful Tuesday morning, July 9th, 2024. Oh, my goodness. And what a day it is. Hello, Bud Files. Look who's... People are shuffling in this Tuesday morning, getting your coffee. I forgot to prepare my caffeine drink, my caffeine beverage. As it turns out, in the mornings, there's way more to prepare for this show. That's the one thing I'm learning about doing a live show. You hear about it all the time when you listen to, like radio shows or you hear about show prep, right? Show prep. Well, oh my goodness gracious me. So there is a lot of show prep, especially as I am learning, of course, using a laptop, which is not something that I'm used to. So obviously for a year on the channel, technically for almost 6 years now, we've been doing vlogs on the channel, but I really didn't start doing much with the channel until last year at this time. So shorts and vlogs. Boom, that's about it. But then I started guesting on WDW Pro and That Park Place and Lorena Creole and T3PO and all these other places that I've been guesting on. And I'm like, hey, I want to do that too. So, but hosting is a whole lot different than guesting, as it turns out. And I know a lot of people that just go live, from home and all these things. My style is a little bit different because we have news items that we have to cover. And so, that's what we're doing. So let's welcome everybody in. And by the way, on your way in, if you can smash that like button, that helps out the channel so much, helps get this out to a lot more people. We've got a busy show and a busy day today. So hit that like button on the way in. I do want to let everybody know I will be on the WDW Pro show at noon today, the Pro show. So we have a busy day, starting off with the Daily Dish now. This is going to raid right into Culture Casino, which will raid right into WDW Pro. So if you're tuned in here, you don't even have to change anything. It'll forward you. Okay, so you go right from here to Culture to Pro. And then later on tonight at 7:30, totally different type of show, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time with Ozark Matt Ankney from St. Louis, Missouri. We're both from St. Louis. We're two from the Lou, and we'll be doing that show at 7:30 p.m. tonight. So let's see who all is in here. By the way, that's 7:30 p.m. Eastern, depending on what time zone you're in. We have Jeremy Heath. Hello, Jeremy. Jeremy says, "Good morning, every Ron." Well, I'm only one Ron, I hope. It's not Ron on the Go, who I've been mistaken for, but I look nothing like. So, but I like Ron on the Go. He's a nice guy, and if you enjoy live streams from the parks, he does that. I will live stream from the parks every now and again, but honestly, one of the things that I want to do before I do a lot of live streams from the parks is get this plan upgraded with StreamYard. As you can see, the little thing up in the corner means that I'm doing this on the free program. So anybody that wants to help out with supers or memberships or any of that, obviously, they're never expected, but very, very grateful for any of those, because right now they are all going to help. I'm putting them in the fund for StreamYard specifically so I can upgrade to the professional plan, because I'm going to be doing this every day, and I'd like to be able to bring on more guests and do more technical stuff and provide a better picture, because right now I can only stream in 720. We can't even stream in 1080p yet, and I'd like to be able to do that with StreamYard. So who else do we have in here? We have Sue from the Bud Files. Izzo's Place says, "I'm up, Mom. I'm up." You know what's funny about that is, so we had an appointment this morning for our son at 9 a.m. to go see his new school, because he's getting ready to enter middle school. He's going from elementary to middle. And that's kind of what he said. "I'm up, Mom. I'm up," because he doesn't normally get up until 10:30 or 11 o'clock until after the show is over, typically. Sue from the Bud File says hi to Tiffany, and Tiffany from Canadian Family Life says hi to Sue. And Izzo's Place says, "Good morning, Erica." Erica is watching from Germany. And Sue says hello to Izzo's Place. And so does Tiffany from Canadian Family Life. So we want to talk about, I don't have any special guests on the show today. It's just me and myself and I. So there's three of us. But we want to cover some things. And the first thing I'm going to cover is over here. You might have remembered me. If you watched the show yesterday, you know that on the 4th of July, there just weren't a lot of people over at Walt Disney World. So I'm going to show you this tab, and this is my short. And I believe, let me see here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the audio because it's mine, so I can play it, and it's perfectly fine, and that's okay. So, people here from out of town, but I am driving into Walt Disney World on the 4th of July, and there's not a whole lot of traffic. So maybe it's that everybody's waiting until tonight. It is hot. It is really, really hot. So people could be waiting until to go later in the day just for the fireworks and stuff. I don't know. Well, I don't know if there's a lot of people here from out of town, but I am driving into Walt Disney World on the 4th of July, and there's completely empty. I mean, and just like, obviously not a total ghost town, not like it was in 2020, in March of 2020, the end of March and April of 2020. Oof. But it's reminiscent, which is kind of crazy. Well, so yeah, I'm going to stop that short because I can still hear it on my end. We'll just pause. You go over there. So yeah, wow, like where was everybody on the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the entire weekend? Wow, I mean, it was so empty and so dead at Walt Disney World. And people are trying to say, oh, but the other parks are empty. Not true at all. There was a 2-hour wait for common rides at SeaWorld. Universal was packed. I was on the ground there, so I saw myself what happened at SeaWorld the day after the 4th of July. Was crazy. The 4th of July was crazy. It was not just hard to get into SeaWorld, but they actually had to redirect traffic because the parking lot was full after noon. And we were being redirected into an overflow parking lot across the street, meaning that you had to get out of your car, walk across that parking lot, walk across the street, guided by police officers that were assigned there, and then walk across the second parking lot, regular parking lot, to get to the front entrance of SeaWorld before you entered security. It was crazy on July 4th weekend at SeaWorld. I have friends that went to Universal. They said that was packed. Disney, not so much. So the question we were asking yesterday is, why is that happening? And this is something that I honestly don't love covering, but it is news about SeaWorld and it has to be out there. I don't really have a choice. I do see 14 people out there watching, so feel free to chat amongst yourself, ask me any questions that you want as we go along. I will warn everybody about what is coming up. Just so that you know, we are going to talk about information provided by James O'Keefe. He does some undercover work and has gotten some interviews from executives undercover about some things that are going on with the Walt Disney Company in general, not particularly Walt Disney World, but this may affect how fans, traditional fans like myself of the Walt Disney Company, are looking at the company through today's lens and how things have changed. Traditionally, the Walt Disney Company has been a family-friendly company. Remember the clamshell VHSs that you used to throw in for your kids in the 1990s and such? Well, yeah, so some of those things look like they have changed over time. So let's look over here. I'm trying to find. Yeah, okay. So let's go here. And you can see this is a post that is on X, formerly Twitter. Hey, there's the link to the pro show coming up. That's great. I appreciate it. I didn't see the new comments coming in. Oh, good morning. I missed some of the new comments coming in. I apologize for that. Virginia Bradley says, good morning. That's my baby, my beautiful wife. She's out there. And Culture Casino Show. Mr. Fulton Mraz, good morning. I have big, huge news today. I got first place, 25th trophy for my Sister Who Got Talent show. And next Saturday, July 20th, is the big 25th golden birthday. Fantastic. So we got a lot. For some reason, my chat had messed up. So I apologize for that. So there are a lot of chats that I missed here. It wasn't updating, but it's updated. It should be updating now, I hope. So I apologize for anybody that I missed in the chat. Kristen and Jeremy and Izzo and Mr. Fulton Mraz. Hopefully you are better from the car accident. We have all been praying for you. Over here. So let's go to this post. And again, a little bit of a warning about this. So I am going to play some of the audio on this. Okay. I covered it a little bit before, but I have not covered the audio. We are going to play the audio. We should be okay. It's on X, and I am commenting on it. So it is fair use and fair game. But here's what we're going to read. And again, this is the last warning for anybody that wants to turn away and doesn't want to hear this particular content. There's no bad language in it, by the way. That's not that. It's just the particular subject of the content. It's something even I'm uncomfortable with. I don't mind talking with it among other adults, but, if there are children around. Breaking from James O'Keefe. Quote, it's the unspoken thing for children to see LGBTQ content, says the Walt Disney's creative marketing director and drag queen, Amit, quote unquote, Jeannie Gurnani, at Wish for Jeannie, into OMG's Hidden Camera. Gurnani adds, I'd love to get a drag queen at Disneyland. Furthering, quote, I'm sure that would happen at some point. So this gentleman worked for the Walt Disney Company and wants to have drag queens specifically at Disneyland. Gurnani insists, quote, Bob Iger is not axing LGBTQ content at all, end quote, supporting concerns that Disney is ramping up their LGBTQ content influenced by DEI, that is diversity, equity, inclusion, hiring practices, and the inclusion of forced diverse storylines. I am quoting, and I'm just going to go ahead and play this out. I'm going to double check and see if you guys are hearing this. No, you're not. Sorry about that. I was muting. Let me go back and play that again because it does seem like it was muted. And let me know if you guys are hearing, not me, but hearing the video as it plays.
Jeannie Gurnani, the creative marketing director at Disney, was asked about allowing LGBTQ content to be shown to children. Jeannie agreed that he wants children to see the content and that it is, quote, the unspoken thing.
I despise those kind of people that want to accuse of Disney of grooming children. But I also want children to see LGBTQ content.
So there it is. He's literally saying he despises the kind of people that want to accuse Disney of grooming children, but then want children to see LGBTQ content, which technically would be grooming them, because the whole word means, hey, I'm exposing you to this with the idea of normalizing it for you as a child, and that is the issue that I think people are finding. Now, you can find this post under James O'Keefe on X, because this is 12 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole video here. I'm going to see if I can find points in it that are pertinent to our current conversation.
Oh, you agree? Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's the spoken. Am I going to see a drag queen at Disneyland or anything like that? Do you want to do that? Get a drag queen at Disneyland. That would be cool. I'm sure that's definitely.
When asked by our OMG undercover journalist if he would authorize drag queens to be present at Disneyland, where children are, mind you, Jeannie the drag queen said, well, he would love to, and it will happen at some point.
And then it goes right into the picture of Little Mermaid, which also goes into what we're going to talk about next. Yeah, so thank you, Izzo, for saying that, share out the stream. So does anybody in my chat, anybody besides myself, find this disturbing that Disney is doing this on purpose? This gentleman works for Disney as an executive during the day, and at night and on the weekends works as a drag queen in clubs, apparently around the Southern California area. Would be my guess, since that's where the headquarters of Disney is located. Well, so a lot of people are thinking to themselves, oh, no, that's not really a big thing. This is one guy, blah, blah, blah. And we've been hearing about this. And this, I believe James O'Keefe was part of the organization that, in the past at least, that brought us the other undercover tapes where the lady, the executive, and I can't remember what her position was, but she revealed that she wants 50% of the content going out to children on Disney Plus to be queer content, and that Disney was happy to support her quote unquote not so secret gay agenda. And it's not about people making their choices as adults. No, I don't care about that. Don't care about people. People can live their lives as adults however they want. We're talking about exposing certain ideas to children at various ages, from baby, toddler, on up, in their content and in the parks. And I will say that, generally speaking, somebody that goes to the parks a lot, you don't see a lot of it. But it's there, and it's kind of subtle, and it's in the background. Of course, the month of June, it's far more prominent, where they have merchandise displays of the Pride merch and all of this stuff. And the thing about it is, most kids just see rainbow stuff and they think, oh, a rainbow cupcake. I want to get a hold of that. Kids like rainbows. I mean, it's part of the reason that I think they chose the rainbow to represent that culture in the first place, is because they knew that kids would be attracted to it. Well, why on earth, when you're talking about adult bedroom situations, why do you want to expose those situations to kids? I don't understand why you would do that. Hello, the sisters. You're new here. Well, good to see you coming on in. Now, we are talking about some more adult things. So just to let you know, it is family friendly, as far as I'm doing my best to try and present the content as family friendly. But just to let you know. So you saw that picture of the Little Mermaid, right? Well, just to show you that indeed this is in fact something that we are seeing in the parks, specifically in the parks, not just, and this is where I deal with on my end, because I'm going to see it in the parks. And if I'm taking my own 11-year-old son to the parks, I want to know what I could potentially see there that I may feel appropriate or inappropriate for a child to see. And so we're talking about a show now at Hollywood Studios. In the past, there has been a show called The Voyage of the Little Mermaid, and it was a puppet show, and it was live singing with Ariel and Eric, and then puppets would come on in the dark, and it was a really fun show. It's been closed since the 2020 COVID closure. It's coming back, and they're auditioning for it right now. Yeah, exactly. The kids can't even tie their shoes yet. Give them time to grow before you indoctrinate them with this madness. I agree. And Dan says that I'm at Epcot and just heard a person passing by the community core and said, yeah, no. I mean, that's everybody saying the kid. I don't know anybody. There's not even the pixie dusters can try to spin the community core sadness. But yeah, it is really, really bad. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you this. This is out of WDW NT. That's WDW News Today. And it's Disney Park opens the Little Mermaid casting call to transgender men and women. And I do want to do a little bit of a pause. If you haven't hit the like yet on the stream, please go ahead and hit that like button. We appreciate all of that. Izzo, you've got Izzo, if you want to drop for me some of the member emojis that are available to members, go ahead and drop those in the chat just so you can see. Yeah, we absolutely give shout outs to our members. And again, we are doing a member fundraising stream today for memberships, for supers, and all that, so I can upgrade to StreamYard Pro, just to let you guys know. Oh, perfect. Oh my gosh. Steamboat Willie. That's my fedora that I usually wear when I'm in the parks. Perfect. We appreciate that. So let's go back to the story here, though. Leave that like on the stream. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, of course, subscribe and click that notifications bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you're notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradley's Fun. That is me. So we're going to read this story. Disney Park opens The Little Mermaid casting call to transgender men and women. So here you go. So Disney's Hollywood Studios has opened a casting call for the upcoming The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure. Now it used to be called The Mermaid, so at least they're changing the name, and it looks like they might be changing what the story is a little bit about. So they've opened the casting call for the upcoming Little Mermaid, a musical adventure production and this is specifically to transgender men and women. I am trying to see if I can click off of this. Does this work when I click off of it? Yes. I'm trying to get the ads off of the screen. I don't know how to get this one off. Let's see. There we go. All right. So the new show, which is replacing, quote, Voyage of the Little Mermaid, that's the old show, is searching to fill roles including leads Ariel and Eric. A call for auditions in New York revealed that the casting is explicitly inclusive of transgender men and women. Now, here's the problem with the quote, inclusive, okay? When you are including transgenders, you then exclude the potential of all of the people of the biological gender, right? So if we're going to open this casting call for Ariel to men, well, guess what? That discounts the possibility of all of the women having the equal chance to get that role. If you're opening the role of Eric to women, it discounts all of the men, the equal chance to get that role. You are potentially stealing a woman's role from a woman or a man's role from a man. Now, we're not talking about those roles oftentimes traditionally of women fulfilled by men because they are distant stunt performers. For example, sometimes I've heard, and this is not all the time, by the way, but the Tinker Bell character that flies from the top of the castle 200 feet high in the fireworks show flies down on a wire from 200 feet to down to the ground somewhere. That is a stunt performer, visually very distant from the audience. Technically, it could be somebody of just about any size because it's so far away that the Tinkerbell is going to be lit up and look small anyway. Sometimes that might be a male person, a meet and greet. It's not up close. It's not a person with a voice. None of that. Same thing for like a Maleficent or certain other perhaps villain roles portrayed not by a woman but by a male person in the costume because it's distant and it is a performing role in which stunts might be included. We're not talking about that. We are talking about a show in which you can see Ariel and Eric from like 10 feet away, and they're going to be singing, live singing. I don't know how they're going to get a guy who portrays Ariel. Here's the casting call. The Little Mermaid, a musical adventure, vocalists and actors, New York auditions, live project, venue, Animation Courtyard Theater, Walt Disney World, Florida. Producer, theater company. We are casting for full-time contracts, potential relocation assistance. Ariel, 18 to 30 years old, which is weird because she was 16. Well, they have to get an 18-year-old because that's the legal requirement for the role. But 18 to 30. White woman or transgender woman, 5'2" to 5'6". So, I mean, obviously, this would be a guy being 5'2" to 5'6" is physically going to be limited anyway, but that's a little strange. A spirited, fun-loving, yet curious mermaid princess who longs to be a part of the human world, a lyrical pop soprano with belt to sea. So I would say good luck on getting gentlemen to fulfill that role, because it would be funny to have Ariel be like, up where we walk, up where we run. I don't think that's going to happen. Can I do it? Let me see if I can. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Hey, maybe I'll hit the audition. No, I probably won't. And then Eric, also 18 to 30 years old, white man or transgender man, 5'10" to 6'0", charismatic features. Prince Eric is a true romantic who never gives up on his heart's desire. Non-singing role, so you don't have to worry about singing if you're a woman and you portray Eric. It would be, I would feel, if I'm a guy and I'm going up for Eric and I lose out to a woman on that role, I can't even imagine how bad I would feel. My gosh, that would be, Let's see here. Is the screen black on your guys' things? I should be here. I should be here. Anyway, I wanted to go over that because maybe, just maybe, that's the reason people are going to Universal. People are going to SeaWorld. People don't want their children, young children, necessarily exposed to that type of messaging in the parks. Perhaps a family with a little girl in their family who wants to see Ariel, meet Ariel, see Ariel sing, wants to see an appropriate representation of Ariel. Yes, fictional character. Yes, cartoon character. But still, in a child's mind, a child sees Ariel as a young teenage woman who can sing and has these mermaid powers and everything else. And that's what they want to see. And the same thing with Eric. I don't really get it. I don't understand it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Am I overreacting? You can let me know in the comments if I'm overreacting, or as parents, what would you guys think? Let me ask you this. Let's say that you are coming to, you want to plan a Florida vacation next year. You're coming to Orlando and you have a choice looking at your vacation of Universal Orlando next year. That's going to have 4 different parks, 3 theme parks and a tremendous water park, probably the best water park in all of Orlando. And you're looking at Epic Universe, and it has Mario World, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Land, and it's got all these other How to Train Your Dragon. It's got those things for your kids. All right. And you're looking at that and versus coming and possibly seeing a man portraying Ariel at Disney World. Of those 2 choices, which are you most likely to pick? That's really the question that I'm putting out there. Let's see what Izzo says. As a dad, I don't feel bad for dudes losing jobs, but women have it harder in employment. And I feel bad for the real women that lose their jobs to guys dressing as women. What a world we live in. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for those women losing out to men. I kind of feel bad for I mean, as a I was in musical theater for a lot of my life, and I will tell you, one of the annoying things about being a musical theater performer, being a straight guy, is you do get hit on a lot by guys, and it's like you just have to let them know, dude, back off, don't do that again. All right. um it's not fun. It has enjoying music and musicals and all that stuff has nothing whatsoever to do with sexuality whatsoever, not a thing. um you know it's a personality trait, not a sexuality trait. So yeah, there are stereotypes of people in entertainment. It's not always necessarily true, and it's somewhat annoying. But as a guy, if I'm going up for the role of Eric and I lost out to a female, I'd be like, what in the heck? Yeah. And Lorena's in here. Thank you for coming in, Lorena. I wasn't sure about inviting people to the stream. I might have invited you, but it's a subject that I'm just not sure. I don't know how many people really want to talk about this. It's a hard subject to talk about because it's so unbelievable that the Walt Disney Company, a company that was traditionally family friendly, would be going this direction hard. I'm not talking about like subtle. I'm talking about going this direction hard. How can you be a pro-female company yet discriminate against women by reducing their opportunities? Very, very hypocritical. You are not wrong, Lorena. You are absolutely correct. And also, you know, Lorena might have something to chime in about the fact that in this particular role, and this is kind of funny, they're specifically asking for white women. I'm going to put this on the screen again just so you can see it. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Yeah, there it is. All right. So if you look at the casting call, it is specifically, very specifically, asking for a white person. Little Mermaid can be black or white, right? I mean, they've got both types of Little Mermaids, so I don't know why would it matter? But they are right here, 18 to 30-year-old white woman or transgender. So the color matters, the color of her skin matters, her race matters, but not her gender. What like? It's so weird. That is so weird. I would at least think that the role of Ariel, I would at least think that they would open the role up to a black or white woman, because literally they could, just because they're doing the show about Ariel. I mean, right now you've got a white Ariel and a black Ariel. It could be either. So why are they pigeonholing that role to that particular Ariel when they don't have to? And all the songs are going to be the same. All of the storyline is the same. I don't know, but that is so bizarre to me. Like, you know, I feel like they should at least honestly, and I really feel like this honestly, they should open up the role. Because they have a black Ariel and they have a white Ariel, open up the role to white women or black women, or really of any race, and use makeup. Whatever, makeup is. If you're gonna use the makeup to transform a guy into a girl, you might as well use the makeup in any other way. So, like, that is, it's such a weird type of discrimination. Oh my! I know the reboot flop, but why does it matter? Oh gosh, Erica agrees 1,000% with Lorena Creole, right? And Izzo's place says, "I identify as a bottle of whiskey." If I was going to identify as anything, it would be a bottle of rum. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Can you imagine? Johnny Depp is there at the auditions and telling the beautiful redhead girl with the great voice, she says, "Hey, will be the day that you almost got cast as Ariel, but instead you went to a man. Savvy? Oh my gosh. I mean, yes, that is true. Ariel should be a redheaded, whiter, light skinned teen. But I mean, if they're going to open it up. That's all I'm saying. Because, like you said, it's incredibly hypocritical on their part to do so. There are biracial people who can. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is 100% true. There are plenty of. It's not, my son is biracial. He kind of leans more toward looking white, but he's very, very, he's biracial. My wife is Latina, she's Hispanic. Our son is biracial, so there you go. But yeah, that is what it is. And what is Izzo says now, if they open it up to everyone, it would be too meritocratic of them. Yes, a meritocracy. I mean, somebody who could actually just do the job based on their level of talent and their ability to portray the role of Ariel or their ability to portray the role of Eric. And so weird. It looks like they're maybe getting rid of the puppeteers for this show too. Yeah. Jeremy says this is a subject that everyone should be talking about. Mental illness, hashtag not my Disney. I know. Just bring back. Look, Disney, it's so simple on your part. We are fans. Sure, there are some fans that are going to completely boycott Disney based on information like this. The parks are going to be empty in their busiest season, July. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. By attempting to be quote unquote inclusive, they are excluding so many people. And that is what happens. See, you can't necessarily have everything come together the way you want, but if you want to include everybody in stories and have an audience that's happy, just stick to the traditional stories, Disney. That's all you have to do. It's not that difficult. Yes. And on that note, we are going to be redirecting over to Culture Casino. I'm not sure what all we're going to be talking about today on the Pro Show, but we'll be on the Pro Show at noon. Lorena, are you going to be on as well on the Pro Show? You can let us know in the comments. I know that there's a little bit of a delay between the time that I say something and the time you guys hear me, but if Lorena, if you're going to be on the Pro Show, let people know. I'm looking at my tablet over here. And until then, we're going to stream over to Culture. Thank you all for joining in. Yes, okay, Lorena does say she will be on the Pro Show today at noon. I have to go. I have to shower. I have to get ready. I don't look all mussed up if I'm on the Pro Show, or I can just go faceless. Should I? We'll do this. I like the little springboard thing. The little. Anyway, and Jeremy says, when I was young, we always went to church at Disney. Then that was replaced by, then pride replaced God. That is true. Sunday mornings, most resorts had like a chapel area that you could go to, and you could actually go to church. I know where it was in the Contemporary. I'm assuming it's not there now. I used to joke at a location in a restaurant that was called Toledo, and that is at the very top of the Grand Destino Tower. I used to say, yeah, the reason they're closed on Sunday mornings is because they have a church ceremony in there, and they call it Holy Toledo. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks everybody for coming in today. Drop that like if you haven't dropped the like on the stream yet. If you're not subscribed to the channel, of course, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you click that notification bell, because when you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm and you get notified of all of our uploads and live streams, shorts, everything here at Follow the Bradleys. Fun. You know what? I really need to start remembering to put this ticker up. But yes, if you want to join us a member, you may join today. Just click that join down below. You'll see all the perks of membership. And again, we are in a fundraising mode here this week, next week, and probably until we raise all the funds to upgrade our StreamYard to Pro StreamYard, just like Pro does. And we'll be on the Pro channel, on the Pro show at noon. How many times can I say Pro within 30 seconds? I don't know. Thank you so much for coming in, everybody. Today, I've frozen. My picture froze. Oh, I think I'm back. I think I am back. But yes, it looks like it might be internet on my part, freezing up a bit. But until then, we'll be on the Pro Show today. Thank you, Izzo's Place, for dropping that in the comments. This is going to flow right into Culture Casino. Blessings, everyone. And we will leave you on that note. Thank you so much, everybody. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Bye.